In this video, we are going to talk about an important subject, which means curtain wall. So we need to go to one of our level and move here to our practice area. For accessing to the curtain wall, we are going to have curtain wall in a different shape and different order in a different position, such as curtain system, curtain grid, mullion, and massing and side. We are going to have, for example, curtain system again here. Also, we are going to have it in our floor by, well, we cannot actually see them here, but the most important place is in the wall category, which you just need to click on wall architecture, and it's located in your properties by the group of curtain wall, exterior glazing, and storefront. We are going to have 3 different main curtain. Let's see which one is what. So we are going to work now with the original curtain wall. The top of the wall is lower than the base of the wall. So it seems like it's a good error. We need to fix it. It says like the top is lower than the base. So we need to just go here, change it to S2. After that, we will go to curtain wall. We will draft. We are going to have the same information as a wall have. For example, offset. Chain means you can draw and draft your wall in a continuous way. No need to press one wall, then press again. You can just draft it as you wish after each other. Height and depth, it's a very important subject, and we need to consider it mostly in our columns, which I'm gonna tell you about it. Here also we are going to have level and location line, same as wall, and joining state, allow or disallow, which we are going to work on that later when we are going to face it. Now we are going to just draft our curtain wall to see what is different between them. The first wall, exterior, and the last category. Then we are going to 3D model to see our curtain wall. So if we choose this one, which is a storefront curtain wall, it is already ready. It is already with, for example, mullion. We can manage it and use it. It's the most usable type. The other one is with the line guideline of the mullion, but without profile. It is also useful. Mostly we can use it by creating our certain curtain wall, having a guideline, creating an order of guideline, for example, how many guidelines we are going to have for creating our mullion. Then we can upload our own profile, which we are going to learn how to create profile. Here we are going to have just curtain wall. It's just a glass. It is also useful. Sometimes we can use it because we are, for example, going to design a glass, for example, pattern or glass window as our wish, and we don't want to have any mullion. The first one we are going to work because it has the most usage, and the other one we are going to use and learn about it mostly when we are going to use them in our project. Because this one included all of the setting of the other one. Here we are going to have curtain wall. As we will see, our curtain wall included panel, which is the glass. By just clicking we can find it here. By using a tap on your keyboard, you can press until you find the right proportion. Here we are going to have our panel. As a default, it is glass. Then we are going to have our own profile, mullion, and that's it. And we can also click on the guideline of the mullion. By deleting the guideline of the mullion, you are going to remove all of your segments, and mostly you are going to delete your profile too, because profile created because of the guideline of the mullion. So how we can manage it and how we can work with it? Actually, it's going to be an easy process if we pay attention. So when you want to work with a curtain wall, you can go to edit type, and here, as always we do this process, we are just going to duplicate our curtain wall without any problem. When we are going to duplicate our curtain wall, for example here, practice, we are going to change the name, we are going to change the setting in our duplicate because we don't want to disturb the default curtain wall in our project. The first one is construction, the function. Which function is this curtain wall supposed to have for you? Is it exterior, interior, or for example the other one? And we are going to have automatically it's a very important mark here, which we are also going to need it later. It means that when you want to design a curtain wall, for example, first you need to draft your wall. After that, you will see you need a curtain wall in that area. And when you're designing your curtain wall, you are going to, for example, have a wall as your cut, for example, as your cut on top of the curtain wall, in the left, in the down. It's a normal view in the building. So if this automatically end was marked, it means that if you have drafted your wall, later on you can just draft your curtain wall in your wall, and it's automatically going to cut your wall. So this automatically end, it means automatically I'm gonna cut your wall without giving you any specific error. Otherwise, if it's unmarked, it means that you can create curtain wall on top of your wall, but we are not responsible for cutting your wall. You need to go in a certain view and start cutting your wall. For example, by going to the wall edit and creating a void. It's going to be a hard job if you're not going to mark this option. The next one is a curtain panel. It's as a default it's glass, like one of the kind of the glass material which we have here. We are going to have some, for example, default exteriors and practice, empty, so on. We created practice. I'm gonna tell you what's that later. So here is the material or the texture or the type of box we are going to use in our panel. The next one is join condition. We can look at this right now. As you will see here, our joining situation. Let's change and see what does it mean. So the first option is vertical grid continuous. As we will see, it's like that. Our vertical continue from the top here, from the top to the down as a vertical without cutting. Next one is horizontal grid continuous. We will choose this horizontal continuous grid, and then we are going to observe our horizontal. For example, here it's cut by vertical, but if we will change it, we will see our horizontal cut any grid because it's a continuous type. The next one, it's going to be border vertical grid continuous. So the first two, like vertical grid continuous, is the mullion which located in the center of your curtain wall, such as this one and this one. The other one, for example, horizontal, is the one is also located in the center, this one and this one. But the last two option, border, when you have the nickname of the border, it means your last curtain wall in your wall, such as this one and this one. By choosing your border and vertical grid and clicking apply, you will see you are going to have some change. Border and vertical grid continues. So your vertical grids continue in a border dimension, and we are going to use the border horizontal. Let's see, by clicking on apply, we are going to see our border continue in our dimension. So you can just observe the situation and you can work with that. For example, this one, it's going to continue up, but this one, if you're just going to choose it, it's going to be like this. The next one, we are usually using the first one, it's fine, or the border, it's also good. But now let's go with the first option, apply. The next one is material and finish. We can access to this setting after setting our, for example, mullion everything properly. The next one is vertical grid. Here we have going to have like a vertical grid, as you will see, and you can change the way how to create a vertical grid. We are going to have different options. We are going to have fixed distance, fixed number, maximum spacing, minimum spacing. Maximum spacing and minimum spacing, it means we are going to have the space here, it's our maximum, and I'm gonna create in each space with this 1 million by, for example, changing that to name, apply. We are going to have each for example 50 centimeter one curtain wall vertical. By changing it, for example, to 70 centimeter, because it's a spacing, we are going to have maximum spacing between each curtain wall 70 centimeter. But if you choose the minimum spacing, it means that I'm gonna calculate the minimum of your space. Click on apply to see what will happen. Nothing special, because it can calculate it right now. Some situation it require to calculate it according to the minimum spacing, but mostly they are going to work as I experienced, mostly they are working same as each other. Because personally in my project, because customer or others order me, they require to have the fixed number, I'm going to use fixed number. What is the fixed number? By clicking on fixed number, your spacing will be off here. So how we are going to set up the number? If it's your question, your number will be here. For example, vertical grid, layout, fixed number, vertical grid number. You can create your number here. The other one is horizontal. It's the same as the other, same option. We are going to choose fixed number as well. And here we are going to adjust for mullion size. It's going to adjust it according to your mullion size. For example, here we are going to adjust it right now because we have 5 and 2, so it can create it according to this 5 to adjust it right now. And the next order is vertical mullion. We are going to have our profile setting. We are going to have 3 categories: interior type, border 1, border 2 in our just vertical menu. What does it mean? Okay, our interior is the one which located in the interior. Let's select this one and see what is that. Our mullion in inside. Then because it says interior type vertical. The next one is border 1. What's the border 1? By choosing one of the different, we will see our border. Okay, we are going to have a problem here because this one is not a good option, so we are just going to use this one and apply. We will see our border 1 means this. The other border, border number 2, means the other side of the view. which we cannot move because we are in the setting panel. So here is in the left side, border number 2, it's in the right side because we are just working vertical right now. I'm gonna use my interior, for example, for the practice by the small size of square here as well. I'm gonna use the bigger size. This one looks good. They are in the same situation. Also here is the same, interior vertical. For example, let's choose the small size and you will see it change. And here we can change to the bigger size. It is already as a default. So here we are set. We need to change our vertical grid continuous. Here you will see the difference, or vertical border continuous. You will see the border will change and we can see the difference here properly. Usually I'm using, as I said, border vertical or border horizontal. Our horizontal and vertical right now is just a continue type and we are going to have a right model. And here we can unmark it and apply because later we are going to change the number. And that's it. Identity data, it's about the other process of Revit, which we are going to talk later, because it includes some unrelated options such as cost, website, and like type of image and so on.